In this video we are going to see how to convert this JPG into mockup. So actually this is a mockup which I have converted. If I show you the actually created page, it show in a minute, but this is the web page we are going to create with the help of Figma. So header section, about us section, and services section along with counter, and then we have the service to section, the blog section, the call to action button, call to action section, and finally the contact us section. It's still getting loaded, let me wait. Fine, if you see, this is the actual Figma file which I have converted and I have exported as a JPG so that you can see. Now if you want to follow along, I'll leave all the images and the converted Figma file in the description so that you can follow along with me, and let's get started. Fine, now what we are going to do is, let me delete everything and start from scratch. Deleted. So select the desktop and delete it. So whole desktop is got deleted, and let's delete this part as well. Now we are going to create a frame. So get into the frame, and I'm going to choose the desktop, and you can increase the height of it this way. Zoom in. The very first thing what we need is, we need to create, let me zoom in a bit for you. We are going to create the logo section. So type T, press T, and click over here and type, I'm going to type my channel name. I'm going to increase the size, let's say 55. Zoom in. It seems too big, 35 would be enough. Cool. Now press alt and press shift and drag, and we will make this 30. Zoom in. To zoom in and zoom out, I'm just pressing Ctrl plus and Ctrl minus. Now press shift alt, drag twice, thrice. Now you can name the menu, I'm leaving it to you. Now let's work on the orange section. You can see, let's get into the ellipse and zoom out. Just drag create ellipse, just place it and make sure this ellipse is below the text. And now we have to fill the color. I think we have to pick this from here. Now you can select this. Actually it is not selected, I think we have to zoom out, Ctrl O. Now select this bigger. So I believe it is not working. What we can do is, let's click inspect. Inspect is the right way to pick colors, and just type here color anywhere, and for now let's give red and use the picker and select it. Now we'll zoom it and we'll give this color. Fine. Now alright, now place this again, place the image. So this is the image we are looking for, this one. Just press shift and drag. Now what we did is, we have to type the text, type T, then place the text, and you have to make this big. And if you see, this is, it has the font family regular. Alt drag, and it is going to have the text feature, and let this be bold, and properly place it the position. Now type T, and drag it. We will fill the placeholder text. Fill the placeholder text. Let it be 25, and the text color is going to be A7, A7, A7. Let it fit the actual height. Now what we need to create a button. So click R, or you can get into the rectangle, just drag and give the color and type T. You can type view our work and make the color white. Just place this text over here and select this guy and give the radius of, let's say, 50. Zoom out. Well, that fits. Let's make a copy of it and keep it aside so that whenever we need, we'll just use it. Group this button, Ctrl G. Now select all. The first section is done. Make it as a group and call it as banner. So we have completed the first section. Now let's work on the next section. Now if you let me give you a quick tip. Now if you click on the desktop and you can click on the layout grid, click on the layout grid, and now you want to choose the column. So I want 3 columns, so I can make 3 columns, 1 2 3. If you want to add the margin, you can give margin 50 pixel on left and right. So this way you can keep the design flow, but for teaching what will happen is it will get distracted, so I'll make it turn off. But actually when you work, you should have this. Fine, that is clear. Now you understood where to end with the help of the layout grid. Now we need to create a 3 column layout. So industry, the first comes is industry. Zoom out. Let's drag and place it over here, and we have to make this smaller, and we have completed this. Let's place this. And we'll make this 45, or let's say 55. Actually 65 was right. And then we need the text. We have the text over here. Alt drag and place it here. Zoom in, Control plus, and properly fix the width of it. And then we need a button. Zoom out, drag the button and place it here. Now let's place this handy somewhere close to us, so whenever we need, we'll just drag and copy. And the next thing, we need to create an image. Place an image, and this is the image. Just open it and start from here, and that is alright. Now anytime you can fix the image size, that's up to you. And I want a corner radius of 50, and let's drag and place it. And this one should be slightly larger, so I want more text. Copy it, paste it again, and if you want, you can add one more time. Select all and give the color black. And now let's select this feature, take this out, and what we'll do is we'll make this 50. Just place it, and we'll give the text. Let me give my channel name. And the next thing, we want the text to be reddish, so alt drag one more time. So this will make the fill as orange, and the text color is going to be for text size going to be 35. Just place this over here, and it is going to have the text industry. Make sure to keep this text uppercase all the time to maintain consistency. All drag here, and you can give what was given. So it was industry theme. I'll just type industry, leave it as it is. So the second part is also done. Select all, make it as a group, and call it as about us section. And we are just going to use these all the time, or this type of thing all the time. So we are clear. So now we have to place image. So let's place the image. So if you see, I have downloaded all the font awesome icons in the form of SVG format. So let me pick one random one, click here and just zoom in and just place it. And since you have selected SVG, you can give the color to it. So let me give the theme color itself. And now what we can do is just alt drag here, alt drag one more time, zoom in, let's place this a little smaller and place it properly. Cool. Now you just need to change the text. And make it as a group, and alt drag second time, and alt and control D other time. Now you just have to place one more image. Place image. Let's check the image. So which was it? I think this is it. Let's select it. The image is different, but you got the idea of how to make this. So this section is also done. So let us group. Now this time we need this guy, this type of heading, orange heading, and then the large one. So by this time you might have understood. Let's select these two and center it. It's actually at the center, so it's not getting centered. Enough. I will leave the text to you. I will use just these things, these two things, so that just to save time. Now let's work on the design. Now what we need 3 rectangles. So let's select a rectangle and let's create first rectangle, and alt drag, control D again, select all and make it smaller. And now you can see you have to create a circle. Let's create a circle with the help of polygon. Just press shift so it becomes an actual circle. Now inside the circle you just have to place the image. Let's place an image. Let's choose this guy and click on this, and that's done. And now what you need to do is you just have to place the text. Let's place this text, and we need this guy, alt drag and make it smaller. So I leave it to you. I hope now you can work on it. So let's make this color white and these two also white. Now select a rectangle, just place it over and keep this at the bottom. And now you got the idea of how to make this. Control D, alt drag, control D, and this section is also done. Now let's group this. Now let's work on this section. This is very simple. We just need the heading and the text and the button. So I leave it to you. Now let's place the image. Let's select which type of image. This is one. Just fill the image. Cool. Now again we need to create. Now you can fill the text. Actually this is 3 line long, so we'll give space of 3 line. Actually I have copied all the text, but we don't need that, just to save time. Now what we need is we need to create a rectangle. Let's create a rectangle and alt drag, alt drag, control D, control D. And if you want, just make this little smaller. Now what we need is, we need the number, so we'll fill this for the number. If you want 5, and then we need the text. So for text, I think we need the other guy, the same guy, with font weight normal, regular, let's say, or even small, light. So this is, and we want to make the size smaller, let's say 40, and select this guy and the container, center it. Select this guy and the container, center it. Now you have to choose the primary color and decrease the opacity. Now that's it. Delete it, make it as a group, alt drag, control D, control D. Now I'll leave it to you. You play with it, with the color and the text. Now let's work on this section. Place the image. Actually, I have made an image with the Photoshop with the help of shift, press shift, and now you can see this is the portion which we want to leave. So I have made it with the Photoshop, and you might be comfortable with adding the text. So let's get the text. So select this guy, alt drag, and give the color white, and one more line. You can see it is 2 line services. Cool. Now create a rectangle, alt drag once and twice, control D. And now you just have to create one more. Let's increase the height just to add the text. Now you need to create one more rectangle and make this little closer so that we have some spaces around. Alt drag, control D. Now just fill the image. You can place any image. Cool. Now you can make the color as white, and you can add the text over here. Alt drag, alt drag. If you press shift, it will be on a single line. In case if you want shadow, select these 3 boxes and add effect, so you get the shadow effect. Select all, make it as a group, zoom out. Let's select the desktop and increase the height, and I hope this is clear. Now you can work on it. Let's get the orange heading, let's get the big heading, and we need 2 rectangle side by side, and you just have to fill the image. Place image, select the desktop, make it even larger, and now this is handy for you. You can just drag and drop the text which you have created. The heading guy, the block text, the button, drag, press shift. Cool. Now you just need to type, select this, and you can have the icon here, but I'm not adding the icon. select all and give the color slightly darker. Cool. So now alt drag, make this smaller, zoom out, select all, make it as a group, and that's done. Now the call to action is very simple. Create a rectangle and first fill the text. We need 2 lines of this. Alt drag, and then we need a button, and then we need the orange button as well, orange heading as well. Let's increase this, zoom in, and that seems appropriate. Now you can just fill the image. This seems to be larger. Just place this, and you can increase the image size and select these 2 text and have the color text white, and cool, there you go. Now finally we have our contact section. So the heading, orange heading, and then the bigger one, and select the desktop, make it bigger. Now we need to add the SVG format. You'll get this image, or you can get this folder of font awesome from the GitHub. So I got it with the name of username called Rush. So search for it and you will get it. And this text, and alt drag and make a duplicate and have the size A7, A7, A7. And give contact number and +91. This is not my number, don't try to call it. Just filling it with the placeholder. Alt drag, Control D, Control D. Now you can give email address, another email address, and your contact address, and you just have to fill the rectangle as of now for the username, phone number, email, the message, and have the submit button, and that's it. So we have completed the whole section, and that's all for this video. Thank you so much for listening.